Hey everyone, coming up, we're going to be talking about our current favorite things?
All those
Current
things.
favorite things at Universal Orlando. Live from the Bob Varley studio. This is the Universal edition of the Diz Unplugged. This is episode 83 of the Diz Unplugged Universal edition. The Diz Unplugged Universal Edition is brought to you by Dreams Unlimited Travel, experts at helping you plan the perfect Universal vacation. Visit them on the web at www.dreamsunlimitedtravel.com. Hey everyone! Wow, happy Cinco de Mayo. Or as Rhino would say, happy Cinco de Mayo.
That's the name of my mayonnaise company. Cinco de Mayo. We only make 5 mayos. Small company.
Very good.
Just me with eggs.
Very good. I'm your host, Craig Williams. And today I am joined by, because I officially learned after last week, it's not joined with, it's joined by.
Why is it? Why?
Because it just is.
And I'm
It just is.
all right.
That's how it is. I don't even want to say I'm joined anymore. Also in the room today is
Presently with me.
also
Oh, no,
the
that's with
people
me.
the people in the room presently with me today. On my left, stage right, stage left, something like that. Jenny Lynn Knopp.
Hey guys, what's up?
And back in the production nook, we have Rhino Clavin controlling our audio and video. So if it's off, it's his fault.
Oh, okay.
And then we also have Oliver back there, who's supposed to be paying attention to what Rhino's doing.
He hasn't looked at me a single time.
He hasn't looked.
That's not because you're operating the controls, that's for other reasons.
Oh, whoa.
Oh,
Ouch.
Tension.
Ouch. A little ET finger would help me right now, wouldn't it? I regret that sentence immediately.
What just happened? I wasn't paying attention.
You missed the
He did
whole
the burn.
ET.
I said ouch, and then there was an ET finger involved.
there was an ET reference, and it
set the bar low, it can only get
it
better,
just got
right?
awkward really fast.
It got PG-13 before we even got rolling.
Well, we love our ET here.
Well, sure do.
Especially Rhino, apparently.
I really wish I would have paid attention. Of all the times that I chose to stop listening,
This was that one time.
that was that one time. Wow, we have an episode today.
Oh, sure.
Now this one I'm not ready to say it's a good episode yet or not.
You never are.
I never am. This one could be hit or miss. I'm just gonna put it out there. So if people stop watching halfway through, I'll understand.
Same
because,
stuff, different week.
Of course, this episode is our current favorite things about Universal. So it might just be a rehash of stuff that we've talked about so often. But at the same time, too, maybe things changed. Who knows what happens? I don't.
They call
I don't know
those
any of
filler
your
episodes.
lists. I don't want to know any of your lists. Oliver kept trying to tell me weird things, and it's like, no, I don't want to know.
I was giving you spoilers.
I don't want to know
No spoilers.
because that might ruin my list that I came up with all by myself, and so I just wanted it to all be a surprise. So we do have that, but before we get started, any housekeeping?
Nah, bruh.
No?
No.
No?
So I've got some.
Yes.
Oh, hold on. Boom.
There we go. We're all ready? Okay. So it's time to announce that I am leaving the Diz. That's my housekeeping.
Where's the sad music cue? Hold on.
Yeah, you should've-
I've got a
I was
music
like,
cue.
why are you not
no,
on that?
I'm not even kidding you. Oh man, I'm so angry at myself right now. Hold on. I got something special for you. Hold on.
Okay.
Keep talking.
If he plays Milkshake
Oh
by
man, you
Kenny,
guessed it. Dang it.
you may still play it.
I was literally gonna wait for him to say JL, and then I was gonna hit it without you even knowing, and I screwed it up. Miak shake.
Well, now this just feels
We're
awkward, to say the least.
Okay.
I just wanted not even the words, just the. Oh, I thought it would start over.
Yeah, it didn't.
We barely heard it. There was no chance for me
Oh,
to lip sync it at all.
It's blaring in my ears. Did you want a moment?
I'm
No.
I'm good.
No,
Just gonna take a milkshake and peace.
it's okay. I'm just really uncomfortable at this point.
Yep.
That's gonna be a text message tone in the future for you, I think.
Fantastic.
At least there's not too much singing so far yet, so there's that. Can you guys hear that in the room, or was it just in my ears?
It's just you.
Yeah,
we
just
can't
the
the
hear
speakers
it.
like turned all the way down.
We can't hear it. You're jamming to Khalees all by yourself.
I'll
You know
stop
what?
now before we
Whenever
end up
we have
having to pay for that.
royalties to this,
Every click is money out of my paycheck at
yeah,
this point.
it's coming from you. So, yes, unfortunately, we will be losing JL. So it sucks. It sucks, especially for this show more than others for me, since this is my show and JL's been such a big part of it for the past
Year and a half.
now.
Yeah.
So among all the other things that we've done, covered a bunch of events together, done a lot of crazy things.
Good
so
times.
it's been great. A lot of good moments.
Love you, bro.
Yeah, love you too. So it'll be sad. It is sad. It's not like it's gonna be sad. It is sad. So we will try to push on as best as we can, but
We can start by pushing on with this
Yeah.
show.
so we're gonna move on to happier subjects. Our current favorite things. Let's kick it off somewhere in the back, so we can compose ourselves here.
Over there. I'm gonna pass it to the new guy. That would be you.
That's
Well,
you.
that's open, isn't it?
Oliver.
Does everyone know what the show is about today?
Universal
We're talking about
Studios.
our favorite things.
Were you not
favorite
paying
things.
attention when we
No,
started the
I
show?
Lee
don't know whether we
Andrews.
just sorry. My mind's everywhere. I'm watching you. You know.
Nobody's paying
Raindrops on
attention.
roses and whiskers on kittens. Go.
Hit it.
So I'll start off with the weirdest one, and this is the reason why I actually wanted to get Craig to look at my list, because I didn't know how much crazy I should let out. I felt like I should perpetuate the crazy week upon week.
Have
but-
you watched this show before?
I have, yeah. I know, like, fitting like a jigsaw piece. Maybe I'm building it up too much. Maybe it's not that
Oh
weird.
God,
We'll see.
say what it is.
Yeah.
I am currently enjoying, and always have done, the smell in E.T. You know, when you walk
Oh,
through
no.
the
Yes.
inside. I have got, like, yeah.
Yes.
If a gas was a drug, that's would be my drug of choice. Probably not the best use of
I think
English.
that's one of that was JL's one of her favorite things
was.
too. We talked
When
about
we-
camping out in there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love that smell in the queue line.
Yeah.
It kind of smells like a forest. Maybe I
It-
just haven't been in a forest in a while, but it smells like what I imagine a forest smells like.
It's got that, like, I know this is a weird attachment to it, but like the Barbasol shaving cream smell somehow. I can't put my finger on it, but it reminds me of like that specific brand of shaving cream that like your grandfather would be using. But that
I can see that.
I don't think it smells
Smell
like a
that.
forest. Like the Q smells like a forest. I'm not saying it doesn't. I'm saying the shaving cream doesn't smell like a forest. So I don't know where I get that weird association, but it's a wonderful smell.
It just smells
Certainly
musty.
Musty?
Musty? Is that a different? Do you have a different term for must?
Like damp.
Oh no.
I've never got damp out of it.
No. Well, damp smells different in England, apparently. What, you don't like that word?
No, I hate that word. It's on my list. I'm not running through the list of
He
the other
just
words.
doesn't like words that describe things that are wet.
Base.
Okay.
That's another. Basements. Anything that can describe a basement.
He also doesn't like the word moist. So don't say that word.
Okay.
That's one to avoid. Unless you're trying to annoy him and then you say it a lot.
Yeah.
I feel before your departure, you should give me like a list.
We'll do lunch.
It's an extensive list.
He also doesn't like the sound. So if you like make the sound of a wet sponge kind of with your mouth,
Can I have a go?
Does
Yeah.
anybody like that sound? No,
I apologize in advance for those of you
do it
listening.
right in his ear.
Okay, no, we're gonna...
Wow.
I don't think anyone listening and not watching the show is going to know what you're doing
That
right
was-
now. So sorry about that, everybody. He's been thinking about that ETQ too much.
Yes,
All
if
right.
you just picked up right now, that whole conversation was about the ETQ.
Obviously.
Yeah, the ETQ. That's one of those things that
ETQ.
it really does set Universal kind of apart from a lot of other places. Obviously Disney's very well known for their queues and a lot of the theming that they put into it. I think they're starting to learn more and more out of it by also taking what Universal has done very successfully with their queues and upping it. But again, I'm still very recent to Universal, so I don't know if this smell was always in the queue from way back in the day. You might know more on that, Oliver, if you can remember that smell from a long, long time ago.
I certainly can.
You certainly can. So it's always been.
It was there when
Yeah.
I was a kid.
It was one of those things, especially when you live in another country and you crave it so much. I'm sure everyone can relate. Not everyone is lucky enough to live in the state of Florida like we do. But
I don't know if lucky is the word
yeah,
to
it's
describe that.
well,
but
you know what I mean. But no, it's one of those things that you kind of crave. And even as a child, I can remember it. And I was not an intelligent child, so
well, thank God somebody said it.
Yeah, I mean,
thanks, Ryan.
makes it easier on us. But yeah, it's
I sniffing cues as a kid, licking the lampposts, whatever.
Well, when we talk about like Disney and smells, you think of it in like terms of stuff that isn't really
Main
in their
Street.
control. Kind of like the dampness, the moist air inside Pirates of the Caribbean. Everyone talks about that smell. Like one of their created smells that everyone does get along with and recognize in Spaceship Earth whenever Rome falls and is burnt to the ground. Like that's one of those smells. But something about that the ETQ. Whenever you go in there, it's like your nose is getting a brand new appreciation for life.
Just getting some
something
candy.
you didn't know before. What?
Nothing.
Did you say nose candy?
Yeah, did you just say that?
You dropping cocaine jokes on my show?
Well, we're really losing the
Remember.
fight on drugs if animals are blowing rails.
We still broadcast at 1:00.
What does that mean?
It's live. We can't edit
We can
this
only
out.
say what Ellen would say on TV.
Oh.
I'm lost.
Ellen, she's a very famous
I know that. A very famous
performer
talk show.
and-
Yeah, what
yeah.
does she say on TV?
What does she say?
Yeah,
she doesn't
She
really.
says a
She
lot
just
of things. She
dances.
says words. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, just
Okay.
so we all keep in mind that it's like almost 1:20 and we've only discussed the smell of ET.
I told you it was going to be weird.
All right.
That was a big one.
Just saying.
Rhino, let's go with you.
Oh, no. The Butterbeer fudge. JL was there with me when I experienced this for the first time. And
It was a thing of beauty, wasn't it?
oh, yeah. And it's just...
We
it's,
had a moment.
It's just... you. Just had to think about it for a second. I'm getting goosebumps over here. But I don't know. I love when there's like a new like treat that comes out and that you can like latch on to like that. And I'd say if you haven't had it yet, go try it. I love whenever there's a new butterbeer flavored anything. So
Can you describe the mouthfeels that come along with this one?
it's the texture is smooth, soft, pliable, a little firmer than Play-Doh, but less so than Silly Putty.
Yeah. What's the finger melt ratio?
I'd
Are
say
we talking like M&Ms?
No.
They melt in your mouth, not in your hands.
Well, that's baloney. We
I
all
know,
know
they
that's
do
true.
melt in your hands.
Yeah, I have
And they
rainbow
stain-
hands to prove
They
it.
stain the color of your hands.
I would say
It's all a lie.
it's meltable wise. I don't know. Who knows that? I mean, you can hold it in your hand. It's not going to start dripping. I don't have a good one for this one. I don't have a good.
Okay.
I'd give it a 6 on the salad scale of how salad
There's
it
a
is.
lot of things I want to say about some of your word choices on this one, and that's saying a lot coming from me.
I don't know what I said.
I'm gonna write it down so after the show we can go over this.
Please. Because I, even me, the double entendre, you don't know what he just said. What do you like, JL? What's your current thing?
Well,
What's your jam?
mine is very tame in comparison. I like the parking. I know that sounds weird, but I really like the parking situation because you park in the garage, you walk in, and you can walk out. And it's never too far.
I have a really funny visual of you in your car, just like, here's a spot, parking in it, sitting for 5 minutes, going, all right, next one. Backing up, going down, finding, here's another spot.
So, my feelings are a little bit mixed on this one, I will admit, because I don't feel like the team members at Universal have the parking system down real well. They
don't park the cars.
They seem, the ones that are there, they seem kind of confused. It can be,
there's a lot of
parking
shouting
at Universal
sometimes.
for the first time can be a little bit intimidating because you feel like you don't know what the heck's going on, whereas at Disney you've got people directing you at every turn. But once you're parked, you are fairly close to where you need to be, and when it's done, you walk to your car. Like, it's never this long trek. I just think of, I love the Magic Kingdom, but I really hate getting in and out of the Magic Kingdom. It's like a 45
I was just going to say,
ordeal.
the last 2 times I've been there, it took me 45 minutes from parked car to turnstile. Mm-hmm. And that's insane. Yeah, so there's something to say about that. That's an invaluable thing.
And I love that about Universal. That's not the situation. You park your car, you go in, you do your thing, you leave, and then you're at your car again.
Yeah. I agree. That's a good thing.
This is our favourite things, but just in relates to parking, again, the crazy's coming out. Do you know one thing that really bugs me about the parking at Universal?
I would really love to hear this.
You know the walkways, the moving walkways?
Yeah.
You
I
hate
don't
when
know
people
what
stop
it
moving
is.
on them?
It's not that.
You don't like them?
You know when you step off of a moving walkway, you should move at a faster rate than the walkway moves because the people behind you need time to get off.
Yes.
For some reason, whoever I'm standing behind, this never occurs to them.
And they just stop moving?
And they just stop, and I have to do some weird, sideways jig to get around
That's
them.
Orlando, Florida. It's people
So-
are completely oblivious to anyone in their vicinity.
But not to complain, sorry.
You know what? I've never had that trouble, but it might be because my legs are about half the size of yours, and so I have to
People
move
just
twice.
feel sorry for you. They already think you're going as
No,
fast
I
as
mean,
you
like,
can.
I have, yeah,
Like
I
a
have to
little
move
corgi?
twice as fast to keep up with other people.
Okay, so just to catch me up, because again, I stopped paying attention.
Bring
The
me up to
complaint
speed. Where are you
is
guys
that
at?
people are stopping whenever they're walking off, or the fact that they get
They're
on.
not moving fast enough when they get off.
Yeah, so
They're not moving fast enough when they.
Or they'll take one
'Cause,
step
again,
off and they'll stop moving.
This is something that's bugged me for a long time, and I just seen my opportunity to talk about it because there probably will never be the opportunity to talk about that again. But yeah, whilst we're on the topic of parking garages.
Yeah.
No, the problem isn't about the getting on and off. The problem with the moving walkways is once they're on, people aren't walking.
Yeah.
I get that they're by moving
Yes.
walkways. It is like a moving sidewalk, but you don't stop on a sidewalk and
No.
say, why is it not moving? It's a frickin' moving walkway. You use it to get to where you're going quicker.
But yeah,
than
those
by
are designed to
just
speed
regular.
up the journey from the
Hey,
parking garage.
Walk.
It's
way.
not. I mean, are people really that lazy? I get it.
Some of them are.
I've let
Yes.
myself go a little bit here and there, but I
Well,
still walk.
And also in general, because I think some people, I used to be one of these people where I didn't understand that this was the way it was supposed to be. When you're on a walkway, if you're not going to walk,
Exactly.
or if you're walking slower, you walk to the right so that people can pass you on the left, like you do on a highway.
Exactly.
Those are the unspoken rules. So
Yeah.
out of politeness, if you're not going to keep the pace, you need to hang to the right of the walkway. And if you have a large group, then you need to do it in duckling line
Oh my
style.
God, the groups that do the W, it's like one here, one here,
Yeah,
one here, one here.
don't do that.
Can
It's
we
just-
talk about
Everybody move to the
escalators
right.
too?
Sure,
Yeah, you
why
do know
not?
you're supposed to
You know?
walk up those, right?
Walk up the escalator. Don't just stand on it and let it take you up. Put a little effort into your life. Walk up.
I
them.
always feel like a superhero when I walk up them because they get to the top and you're like springing up, like I love to walk up escalators.
And let's rewind. Let's go back to the little kids out there that are watching this. There aren't any. There's like 6, and we know the ones that do watch this.
They're writing me letters.
And listen.
That sounded
I
weird.
know they don't do this, but
They have written me letters.
I freaking hate the kids who think they're so cool that they have to run up the down escalator
Oh
to
my
try to prove
God.
it to themselves that they can do it.
Yeah,
If
that's
your
not
kids do
cool.
that, I apologize.
No, they do not. Of course not.
I know they
That's
would.
a
You would
dan-
yell at them.
That is dangerous. I would never allow my children to do that.
Yeah. Does anyone? Do you know, like, if you fall on an escalator, it's like immediate skin puncture everywhere?
Now I'm going to
Those
say
things
it
are not
because
You sound like
gentle.
you're speaking
That
from
is so
experience.
hold on,
dangerous.
I have to
escalators.
preface this though because there is video of me doing that on the Diz channel whenever we are doing the drinks around the world at the Swan and Dolphin. So I'm not out of this. But I was
But you were
in a-
not sober.
Oh, so it's okay
was-
if you're drunk? Is that what you're saying?
Well, he's not going to feel it if he hurts
Wow.
himself. So
Whenever
Yes.
I did it, I was not in the right state of mind, and we had lots of people egging us on, stuff like that. So, but kids should not be drinking,
No.
correct?
No.
Right?
Unless you're watching an arts and
just
crafts
so we're
and drinks
clear,
video.
kids should not be drinking or walking the opposite direction of the direction of an escalator, nor should they be walking in the opposite direction of a moving walkway.
Yes,
what?
save those for the drunk adults.
We just need to write an article that says kids shouldn't be allowed to come to theme parks.
Somebody's already done
And
that.
then
That's already been done.
There's only certain
do it
age
again.
groups you're allowed to come in, like brackets. From the age of 13 to 21, you're screwed. You can't come into a park at all.
so okay, but the parking garage, I do enjoy that.
Yep, that's one of my favorite things.
That's what I said the other day. Like Florida has now just started to heat up, like
Just-
really, really bad. No, it's
Yesterday was terrible.
The humidity is now out of control. Before it was getting warm, but the humidity didn't catch up on it. Now it's all in full swing. Except we just had a really bad storm go through last night, so it's kind of comfortable for the next couple days. But oh,
you don't say.
Oh, parking garages.
Speaking in
There we go. It was nice. Rhino and I were at Universal the other day, and it was unbearable. I mean, our backs were covered in sweat. Walking, all we did
It
was
was
walk
gross.
and sit. We didn't do anything like extreme, and I was so disgusting. And then it's always nice to go get in your car and just be like, "Oh my goodness, it's cool in my car." It's been
it hasn't been baking.
1 week. I like, it's nice because it's shaded area too, so that last walkway too doesn't feel like, oh God, I'm braving the desert to get back to the car. Whereas at Disney, especially Magic Kingdom, you get to that asphalt jungle and it's just in August, you are on fire. You are in literal hell because that is how hot it is. It's not a bad word, it's a place.
Rhino speaks.
I mean,
I said a potty word last week too.
So I have another thing that's on my favorites list.
yeah.
Okay. Just trying to keep it. Trying to keep it moving.
You know. Sorry, I guess I was the only person that found it funny that Oliver's voice like went up 4 octaves whenever. Still, I was the only one that heard it. I guess that's fine.
you and the dolphins.
The dolphins.
Yes, they speak in.
All
Who can do the best dolphin voice here? That was terrible.
What was that?
Is-
That was
is
my
or is
haunted
that-
house squeaky door.
Oh,
Or is that like humpback whale talk?
I don't know.
That's pretty good. I think Rhino has it.
Give us yours.
All right. So,
No, your dolphin talk.
oh,
No, the
that-
adults are at this table.
Doesn't matter.
The adults are at this table. We're gonna do the show. You're gonna do dolphin noises in the back.
We're just
the
going to
rest.
communicate for the rest of the show through squeaks and hisses.
Right
But
now,
watch
there's
out,
pandemonium
dolphins.
At SeaWorld. It's just like no one knows what's going on.
I was going to say a bad thing about
So
dolphins.
JL,
but
your next one.
into weird territory.
Your next one, JL.
yes. Okay. I have a favorite thing. And that is that this is the park that appeals to my older children. They do love Disney, but there are things about Universal that they are really into at this stage in the game.
Yeah.
16, Miller's turning 14 next week, and Ellie is 11. And there's just a lot of things at this park that appeal to them being a little bit on the older side. Things
yeah.
like Jurassic Park, obviously the Harry Potter stuff, the Marvel, the whole comics thing. They really like that. Margot's getting old enough now where she went to Halloween Horror Nights for the first time this past year. Loved it.
Yeah.
And so for me, that's also one of my favorite things because this is a park that we go to as a family.
Yeah.
And they're all about it. They're excited. They're into it.
Even more so than Disney. Or
I
it's
don't
just
know
a
that I
different
would
type
say
of fun?
it's a different thing. It's something that
Mature fun.
We love Disney. Disney is just a staple in our family.
Yeah.
They were weaned on Disney because of me. But this is something that seems to kind of be more relatable to their peer circle.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Oh, and it makes perfect sense.
Okay. So we love Disney. They enjoy Disney, and they ask to go to Disney. But for Universal, this is just a different thing because seems more.
Oh, it's more cool.
It's
Especially
more,
with Orlando locals. Like, I mean, working at Universal, I clearly saw a lot of the kids that come through that are local. I mean, it's
more relevant
Yeah.
to their life at this stage. They're not watching Princess and the Frog anymore. You
yeah,
see what
no,
I'm saying?
and
They'll
it's-
circle back around into the
it's
nostalgia
also-
phase as they get older.
Yeah.
Phase.
It's
Right.
also more, well, let's put it out there. Like, part of what also helps in that for younger kids, especially locals, in that mindset, there's Dr. Phillips High School right across the street.
Exactly. Margot looks
Yeah.
at Hogwarts School of whatever wizardry from her math class.
And
she can see it from her math
They
class.
will leave and they will walk all the way around and they'll go into
As she
Universal to
does.
hang out.
In
And-
fact, as we speak, Ellie is at Universal Studios right now on a school field trip.
oh, okay.
I was
about to say,
looking at my clock too, being like, "Excuse me."
School field trip.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
That's what we're calling
Right.
it now.
Right.
Okay. Yeah, no, it's definitely it fits in with that age range, and I know they go there to just hang out. That's kind of like something they can do where parents know they're safe there, still in close proximity. It's something you see at a lot of theme parks like around the country where they're seen as the hangout places for
Like
kids and
Disneyland.
Yeah,
stuff.
exactly.
Disney is such on a different scale, especially Disney World. The fact that it does take a lot of effort to drive in,
Mm-hmm.
and then if you want to go somewhere else, then there's a lot of moving around. Universal just makes it easier for parents to trust that I can make sure that you go back and forth between both parks. I have a feeling that's the same with Disneyland, where parents really wouldn't care which park they're at. They know they're at one of two.
There's a really easy
So,
drop-off point
Yeah.
and pickup point. Yeah.
Yeah.
So anyway, that's one of the things that is a favorite to me because it's something my kids really get into at this stage.
Yeah, you put a lot of thought into this.
You did not say
Yeah.
anything yet.
Preparation.
I go last. I'm the host.
You're gonna say all 5 of your things last?
Yep.
Oh, okay.
Oliver.
Oh, great.
Oh, okay. The next one on my list I've got wrote down are the British booze and snacks you can get
Of course
in the
it
Harry
is.
Potter section. I mean,
Uh-huh.
in comparison to how much it costs in the United Kingdom and what you're paying for it here, it makes me feel a little bit sick. But
What
apart
what
from
kind of
that,
snack are we getting in there
as
that
we
you
call them in the homeland, crisps, but as you guys call them, chips.
French fries?
No, chips as in like a bag of chips.
Where?
The Golden Wonder ones you can buy
Oh.
in
Diagon
Yeah.
Alley? At
Diagon-
that bar that's in
diagonally.
the-
Yeah.
diagonally? Is he saying diagonally?
Yeah,
I didn't know those were like a thing that. So are you
Yeah,
like?
that's a
Do you go
literal
there
thing.
because you're like, oh, I'm
mean-
feeling nostalgic, or like you miss homesick? I mean,
Yeah, it's a long drive for me. I'm not exactly going to go over there just for a bag of chips.
you and I are two different
But-
people.
But no, when I'm there, I do like to partake in the snacks and booze if I do feel.
What's your favorite booze over in that area?
I forgot what it's called. It's the stuff in like the yellow. It's like a darker ale. It's very
Boddingtons?
That's it. Yeah, Boddingtons.
I wouldn't have known. I was going to say cider.
No, not cider.
Look at Craig pulling out
But-
the.
Craig's there. He
He's-
knew what I meant
he's
before
on
I
it.
even started saying it. That's
Yeah.
that's a talent.
When in Rome.
Well, okay.
I've got visions of you holding a Boddingtons now at Universal in the parking garage. Sorry, garage.
No, I wouldn't.
Going the wrong way down all the
With your pram.
escalators and walking sidewalks.
I wouldn't drink that swill.
I mean,
I wouldn't drink that. I wouldn't drink that. And speaking of that, you're gonna have to start parking on the opposite side of the street here. You're throwing us all off on your driving.
Every morning we come in and we all park on the right side of the road and look at who's parked on the left.
why? What's wrong with the way I'm parking?
Just so European.
What? It's what?
Don't listen to them.
Tisk,
Oliver.
tisk.
Don't. They're just giving you a hard time.
On the right side of the road, facing the right direction.
So just throwing it out there, do you feel like we get a somewhat, I don't want to say authentic experience, but at least with the food, do you think we get a somewhat of a treat by having that stuff? Is it something someone should go out of their way to try? Like, these crisps, are they generally better than
American
crisps?
crisps.
No, not really. It reminds me of home. Like, I try it, sample it, but it's the same way you would sample stuff if you're in Epcot, you know? It's not going to change your life, but for me, it holds a special place in my heart just because it reminds me of home. So,
Okay.
All right.
yeah.
That's nice to hear that there's that place for
Yeah.
somebody who's from there.
I think the reason I like it so much as opposed to like the food options at Epcot is because the chips are actually imported. They are genuinely English
Oh.
crisps. Unlike if you go and get fish and chips in Epcot, yeah, it tastes similar,
So Universal
the
is
same.
authentic.
but it is,
That's
yeah.
what you're saying.
It's very, yeah, they're actually imported.
Hey,
They're
that's kinda cool to
authentic
know. I like that.
chips.
Yeah.
Well, because sometimes things taste better whenever they actually come from the place. Like my experience with that is, so we all know the Haribo gummy bears.
What? Are they the ones in the gold package?
Yeah. Mhm.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, how did you pronounce it?
How's it pronounced? Haribo?
Haribo in England.
Haribo?
Haribo. Yeah,
Haribo?
like Harry. And then how you
Bow.
tie your shoelaces.
Haribo?
Oh.
Haribo.
Is it,
my
like
shoes.
mine sounds like the Spanish version of it.
Haribo.
Haribo.
We're all familiar with Haribo gummy bears. Bears de gummy.
Yeah, they are not a Spanish gummy bear. They're a German gummy bear.
No, no.
But they taste no. Oh God, why are we being so offensive?
Oh my God, I'm
Wait,
so
did you
sorry.
say no? It's
I didn't say
999
anything.
in German.
Oh, you said
Oh, no, it didn't.
What? You said no.
she was like no.
It reminds me of that episode of Superstore where they make the girl do they don't make her, but she does the fake Spanish accent. She's got to sell the salsa. It's very good.
Very good.
Okay, you could just say very. That's also, that's how we say it.
But like the Haribo gummy bears, they taste better if you buy the ones that are in the German packaging that were actually made there than the ones they make in America and use just the same design and the brand name. They
poison.
taste completely different. So it's
Taste
nice.
imported.
But yeah, imported stuff's better. So I might have to get a bag of those chips because I've never had them before. I will
Golden
not call them
Wendy's.
crisps.
Yeah.
Will not.
Crisps.
I will
chips.
not. It takes too much effort to say crisps.
Because you got to get it's crisp.
You sound like you're speaking in tongues again. Like,
You're slithering. Yeah, you got to do the parcel tongue in order to order them.
Rhino,
Unlike
give us another favorite thing, Rhino.
I really am enjoying the film vault. I think is one of my favorite things.
Yes.
It's a must stop in every time I go in, and it just seems like every time I go in there, the merchandise is getting better and better because right now
Agreed.
it's a heavily Ghostbusters merch, classic Ghostbusters movie, but clearly they're like, well, we're going to capitalize on new Ghostbusters for that, and you can get your Jaws, E.T., Back to the Future. It's kind of like the stuff that's maybe gone from Universal isn't forgotten. All the Lucy merchandise is in there now. Hey.
do you not love Lucy?
No, he's
He
Oh,
does
that's
love
actually
Lucy.
from I Love Lucy.
Oh, I
yeah,
love
sorry.
Lucy.
He loves Lucy.
Any other American things you'd like to spit on while we're having this conversation, or
No, I'm good,
Okay.
sorry. I'll just be quiet.
just kidding? You're dead to me. But no, it's cool, right? Like it's a place where like if I was gonna get a gift for somebody, that's probably where I would start.
Yeah, if anyone's looking to get a gift for me, that's where I'd want them to go. And more specifically, I want that flux capacitor.
Oh yeah, it's a very inexpensive $668.
I would have thought he wanted the Fat Amy T-shirt that's in there.
What does it say on it? Or is it just a picture of Fat
I think
Amy?
it's just a picture of Fat
You know
Amy.
she's not English, right?
Yeah,
Is that
she's
right?
Australian.
She's Australian.
Yeah, I know.
Okay.
Yeah.
But you
We're
love
all-
Fat Amy.
Do I?
Yeah,
I do now.
I can tell
I
you do.
guess he does.
We belong
As determined by Craig.
Do you know what I find weird about that
It
store?
was between that or the Breakfast Club T-shirt.
I do love the. No, I
clearly
want. I want
Breakfast
the
Club
Breakfast
should've
Club
won
stuff.
now.
Too young.
I want the Breakfast
I've
Club
seen
to
the Breakfast Club.
He is a baby.
He's too young.
I,
Yeah, you saw the parts of the Breakfast Club that they play in
Yeah.
Pitch Perfect.
And you were a whole
bringing you back to Fat Amy
You were a whole 4 years old when he was born, weren't you?
when Oliver was born.
that's not much of
No,
an age
I-
difference.
yeah.
Like,
That's what my point
scraping the bottom of the barrel.
Scraping the bottom of the jean barrel.
This is getting hard.
I like the Breakfast Club stuff. Do you know I was Andrew in an off Broadway production of the Breakfast Club? I like to call that place my friend's basement, and that's where I was Andrew.
Wow.
It was the equivalent of that. It was a rope factory in Plymouth.
I was gonna say if you stuck with the basement, the joke did not pay off.
No, it was a rope factory in downtown Plymouth,
That's
Massachusetts.
impressive.
Yeah,
I didn't know they still had rope factories.
Cordage Park, bro.
Am I missing something?
Well, it's a
Is this
defunct
literal
rope factory.
No,
No, it's just
yeah, I am. I'll
it's
be
from-
quiet again.
way back when they used to make rope there.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
What is it now?
It's clearly a performing for future
Oh, okay. Well, you kept saying it was
thespians.
that off.
It's a performing space.
You kept saying it was that off Broadway. I didn't know.
Forget it. Does anybody else like things?
Jo, I'm gonna go with another one of yours because
Okay.
they actually are meaningful.
So, another one of my favorite things at Universal Studios, and everyone here, except I don't know about Oliver, but everyone else here can agree, I think. Halloween Horror Nights.
Oh, she know it.
Yeah, and you weren't here last week to give us your input on
How you feel about them two new
Chainsaw
houses?
and Exorcist.
Okay. I have not watched the Chainsaw movies because
Oh,
they're
you'll never sleep.
very, very scary. I mean, I'll have to now.
Yeah.
But very exciting. And Exorcist, could not be more excited about that. I never saw is it on the new one or the old one?
There's only
the
the new
they
one.
do a
There
new
were
one?
sequels.
The new
to
one was
Exorcist.
it
Okay.
wasn't. It was a prequel. It wasn't like The Exorcist.
I've only seen
Unless
the
you're
first
talking
one.
about like the exorcism of Emily Rose, that has nothing to do
and
with.
I love that movie too. No, I know that's not. That
Okay.
doesn't. That's a separate thing.
Good movie.
No, I love The
Well, that
Exorcist.
movie's
I
gonna
actually just
terrify you,
watched it
too.
a couple weeks ago.
Oh, you did see it.
Oh yeah, I've seen that one.
Okay.
Yeah, I've seen that one. It's really crazy.
Oh yeah.
That's a strange April movie to watch, but
She's like,
It
you
was
know
on
what?
Netflix.
I need a light Saturday movie. What could I watch during the day just to cheer me up? The Exorcist.
You know,
nothing. You know, not
My
to-
kids are pissing me off a lot. What
Kids
could I
are pissing
watch?
me off. I need to, what will calm me down? Well,
watching somebody spew.
probably
green
an
vomit.
11-year-old girl masturbating with a crucifix.
Oh God.
That would probably do
Yeah,
it.
that part was a little bit
You know.
tough. I hope they don't put that part in the house.
I feel like I absolutely feel like that is going to be in the house, and I am terrified. What I'm scared about is she's going to be vomiting at us as we're going through.
You know, it could happen. It could happen. So it'll be a good house.
It's going to be the remix. Instead of like actually accurately portraying every scene, she's going to be spitting up the pea soup in every single scene.
Yeah, it's just going to. Just when you thought
You know
there
that
wasn't
there's-
any pea soup left in the shooters, you're going to get to that last scene, and it's just going to come out extra.
Oh, you know, there's going to be a scene where she's turning her head all around.
Oh yeah, and I just hope it's done right, and
Yeah,
not,
not
like
like a
an
doll that's
extremely
just like-
fake head that's just clearly spinning on a pole.
Yeah.
I hope it's a
I'm gonna
girl
be scared
under
out
a
of my
blanket and they
mind.
spin her in a chair.
Yeah,
And that girl gets paid hazard pay because she goes around so much in one night.
I mean they'll have to find a girl who's like 80 pounds though, so that way she'll be like twig thin as she goes around.
JL's actually leaving us to go be Regan
Oh,
in Halloween Horror
spoilers.
Nights. Sorry. That's why she was watching it. We caught on.
Now you guys know where to find me next.
She's only leaving 6 months early.
I gotta,
really wants to-
I
She's
gotta
getting in
practice.
character.
Gotta practice.
She really wants to hone in.
Let's
I'm gonna stop.
just stop.
Yeah, it's going to get into a dangerous
So
territory.
yeah, Halloween Horror Nights, one of
Yeah.
my favorites. You guys should chime
Absolutely.
in, elaborate. What are your favorite things about Halloween Horror Nights?
Right now,
It's
you know,
crying.
in terms of like currently with Halloween Horror Nights, of course, Halloween Horror Nights is always something that I'm really huge about all year. Currently, I was just going to say, because this was on my list that I don't have written down.
Oh, yeah?
So you
How's
can't
that?
hear what's,
Yeah.
what's not on
Everyone's
my list.
been on my
You know,
list.
Funny enough, that is. Everything you guys have said has been on my list.
Yeah, sure. The fudge.
But you know, the fudge was not. So you can keep packing that away.
Oh, boink.
Is this the part where we say, K-Trap?
I was trying to set him up for one, but and sneaky minx got right out of it.
But right now, I'm loving the anticipation of what's going to be announced. When's it going to be announced? It's, you know, I'm going to start watching movies over and over again to start getting in the mood. So that's why I'm like, I'm like really in the zone with Halloween Horror Nights right now. I'm gonna be burnt out by the time it comes around, but then I'm gonna get in that excitement again.
It really is the best thing to happen to Orlando during the month of October.
Yeah.
I think it's the part where they like it. It shows how a theme park can really up its game in terms of production and theming and just a quality experience for sure.
Yeah.
Yep, absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oliver, what else we got on your Brit list?
I enjoy talking to inanimate objects, so I've put Mr. Fountain, the fountain you can interact with. Over
Wait,
Islands
say
of
that again
Adventure.
one more time.
He likes the fountain.
He likes
No,
the
I want
I
you.
thought you see. I just
Say
called
it.
it the fountain. I thought the
No.
other day you
No,
referred to
he
it
wants
as
you to
Mr.
say
Fountain.
inanimate objects.
Wait, how are you?
Inanimate.
No, say the name of the fountain.
Okay, Mr. Fountain.
No, not
Mr.
Mr.
M.R.
Fountain.
I thought you
period
said it was
fountain.
Mr. Fountain.
Mystic.
Mr.
Oh, Mystic. That's the other day I misheard you. I always used to just call it the fountain.
Sometimes I'll go have
You
a
call
cup
it
of
Mystic
tea
Fountain.
with
and
Mr. Fountain.
Obviously, there we go. Things got lost in translation.
We'll just wander the yard,
I
speak
thought
about
he
our
was being
days.
cheeky.
Thank you for highlighting that. I probably would have got away with that, Craig.
Mr. Fountain.
Well, you did start the sentence by saying, I love talking to inanimate objects. My favorite is Mr. Fountain. We're best friends. We hold hands sometimes, and then I get in trouble.
And then he splashes me. And then he splashes
Everyone goes.
Mr. Fountain.
Me and Mr. Fountain. That's the theme song in your head.
Oh my! Oh dear.
Yeah, that's a lot of fun.
That's all we've got to say about it.
You ever throw any quarters in your friend, Mr. Fountain? For the wishing.
Okay, right, yeah. No, not paying him for his services. I thought that's what you were into.
No, good lord. Not with a fountain. Who are you?
Oh boy. Well, to quote our late friend Steve Porter, it's a fun experience.
It's an amazing experience.
An amazing
wow.
experience.
You didn't even get the quote right.
No, he said fun experience too. Trust me, I edited. Do you know how many times I had to listen to him say fun experience?
Is experience his favorite word? He should just be the Steve Porter experience. He doesn't even listen to this show because he's a garbage friend. Sorry, Steve.
Well,
What is
that's being
happening
bold.
right now?
I don't know. We're just.
I hope
it's
he
like the
texts me
airing
right
of-
now.
We're going full Seinfeld. It's the airing of grievances. Get out the Festivus poll. Seinfeld's a TV show, Oliver.
Thank you.
Rhino, you're up.
Duff beer. I really like the Duff beer, and we are getting into that season where you can just go and on a hot day, you can just grab one. You got to get on the right side of the bar with the shade, though, or otherwise you're screwed. But it's I do have a complaint about it, though. It did recently go up about $1.50. It used to only be like $7.50, $7.75, and now it's $9.10 for one, which is kind of putting it in that range where I'm like, I could just get them. I could go over to my other favorite drinking spot, which is in the Wizarding World in Islands of Adventure, and get my Hogshead tea for $10, you know. But
Yeah, I'm not enjoying that price hike.
Yeah.
That's where it starts to get to the point that it's pricing me out of wanting to drink there.
I agree.
Because I can just go to my house and
Drink there.
drink there.
But does Mo Sizlak call you on your telephone? Oh, he doesn't call on the telephone.
No,
I guess he's getting
there's
calls.
just this great invention called TV and FXX, and I can watch whatever Simpsons episodes
Just
I
keep
want
rubbing it in.
all the time. Yeah, you're a cord cutter.
Cord cutter.
You're one of the cord cutters out there.
One of them dang dare internet people. I don't want it.
Don't cut your cord.
But I love that there's like this, you know, a really cool themed, like you just go out, you sit on that bar, you can have a drink and just kind of watch people enjoying Springfield. I don't know. It's a nice little area.
Yeah.
It's one of my favorite things right now, but you're right. Pricing it out, I think I'm going to have to switch it on over to the Wizarding World and change it to the Hogshead tea.
Yeah.
So that's like I gave you my favorite and then favorite and a half.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. My favorite thing right now is, I think, just we've talked about it on another show before in like construction updates and all that stuff, but I'm really enjoying walking around and just seeing what's happening. That's what Rhino and I did the other day when we were there, and it's, you know,
We did some laps.
if you go on a weekly basis, not that much drastically changes, but it that's one of like the benefits of being here and getting to do this, is that you get to watch it all progress and develop so much, and it's It's very exciting for me, especially, I mean, with Kong.
We can hear the excitement in
I
your
was
voice.
just going to say, you're so calmly tame about it.
That's right. You need to raise it enough.
Are you mocking me?
Maybe.
No,
Sure.
Um,
What is that from?
SNL.
Oh.
It's Bobby Moynihan. In it when he does Weekend Update.
Oh.
English people
Who
actually
doesn't?
won't know what SNL is, but just putting it out there for the English viewers.
The English viewers do not know
I
what
know.
it is.
I used to watch it back in
Okay.
England. It was one of those weird things I actually used to go out my way to. Sorry, I'm staring
Well-
us in the wrong direction completely.
No, you're not. It's,
I don't think we
it's a
actually have a
product of
direction.
NBC.
You know.
It's
It's
NBC
NBC.
Universal. Yeah. You can buy
Obviously, Jimmy Fallon came from there. Jimmy Fallon's going to have his own attraction.
his experience.
Saturday Night Live. It's a sketch show, a variety show.
The Blues Brothers came from there.
Yes.
Nearly anyone in a
Oh,
lot of people in
man.
comedy in America came
It's
from
Pat came from there.
there. Who?
It's Pat.
Pat, oh, I just fell down and crushed my nuts. There goes my afternoon snack. Is that a banana in your pocket, or are you just happy to see me? Now it's a banana in your my pocket. Get your own.
Night at the Roxbury came from that.
What is love?
Baby, don't hurt me.
Don't hurt me.
No more. There we got the singing in.
It was like we were like children
That's
in a
where you go like,
cornfield singing
Hey,
that damn
so-
song right then. Don't hurt me.
You guys, we forgot the head
Bum,
bob.
bum, 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 dun, 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 dun. I can't do it and James Bond's at the same time. Wow, I've reached my.
This is going to win the Crinolin later on for worst episode we've ever put together. I'm just going to throw that out there. Let's do one more from each of y'all. Oliver, please, let me see what's next on your list.
Sorry,
Please.
I should have picked something weird. This actually isn't that bad. I enjoy
You
the
picked-
walking.
Go ahead. Sorry. Go.
He had such a good start, and you
I
just
was like,
totally
I
halted
derailed
the
him.
whole thing.
Wait there, let me start again. So I enjoy currently as an annual pass holder and not someone that has to cram everything in a 2-week span or however long your vacation is. I currently enjoy the walking tour of Hogwarts.
Yeah.
Because you can take it in, you can view each scene, each room for what it is. You can watch the projection or you can invest in the storyline and really see what's going on. So that is currently one of the things, amongst others, but don't ask me what they are because I'm at the end of my list.
Yeah.
One of the things I enjoy.
That's a good thing. That's a fun thing, and
It is.
one of those like kind of overlooked things because it's in a you gotta go in the attraction, you gotta know about it. I don't know.
It's another one I enjoy as well because a lot of the
Shut up.
actors in there and the actresses, they just say actors now, don't they? Like they're English actresses that you might not, and actors that you might not necessarily know, but I know very well from like English TV shows. So like Dawn French, which is the larger lady that goes Gryffindor. Like
Oh.
she is a staple of English culture. So
Did
to walk
not
through and just see
know.
that, yeah, she's
Very
in a very
cool.
popular TV show called The Vicar of Dibley, which is
That's-
hilarious.
Couldn't sound more
Very
British.
That is
It's
really
honestly,
British.
it's worth checking it out. I'm sure you can find it
The
online.
Dippler of Duty Bill. What
The
was it?
Vicar.
Sorry. The
Vicar.
Vicar of Dibley.
Dibbly.
Wow.
Vicar of Dibley. The episode of Friends with the Joey. How do you know the word vicar? When he read Rachel's dirty book. Sorry. No, nobody
I'm
watches
just-
Friends.
No, I know what you're referring to. I just don't know what I can add to the conversation.
For once, I want to be the person who isn't saying the words the wrong way. So I'm
Dibbly.
taking a step back
Just
on this one.
letting you run with it.
Rhino,
I don't know another one yet.
go.
I don't know. You took my walk around one. I like the walking around. I said I like the Duff beer. I really like the fudge.
We
I
are
really
really
like.
selling Universal right now for people.
I really liked
You
the
can
gift shop.
walk around.
Yeah. Well, I feel like okay. Here's one thing I like.
Mere $100 a day.
I like the kind of. I had this weird experience the other day, but I like seeing characters that are not really where they're supposed to be. So I was just walking by, and Doc Brown was where he's supposed to be, except for the Doc Brown meet and greet when you
Yeah.
leave Springfield, and there's the DeLorean and then the train.
Yeah.
He's on top of the train,
What?
just up there. No,
feels like a
everyone's
health
just
and
walking
safety
by,
issue.
and I just watched and turned my head, and he just like
What?
waved at me, and I waved, hey, and he just kept going on about his business. Like it was Doc Brown fixing his time machine, and
Oh.
I don't know. So I love looking for like that kind of stuff. You know, like going around and, you know, when you know the pattern of things, you can kind of see when something funny and like different is happening. So I guess I'm leaning on that. I like being an annual pass holder because it allows me that, you know, privilege to just kind of mosey around and see those, you know, it's on your cashing in on your story there. It's all about the details that you can absorb. And I think Universal kind of doesn't really get enough credit when it comes to stuff like that. The finer details.
Okay.
That's what I like.
JL, close us out.
You're not going to say anything?
I don't have. I
I
wish.
already did mine.
I wish I had saved something a little bit more.
Meaningful?
No, I mean it's meaningful, but it's not like a big woof, you know, for shutting down the show with
Who
this.
knows? Who knows?
But okay, so one of my favorite things about Universal is also that the restaurants, especially in CityWalk, are so accessible. And what I mean by that is you don't have to have a reservation for them 8 months in advance.
Yeah.
Preach.
You can walk up. You might have a bit of a wait, but you will get in. I think that's
Testify.
gold. You know, I just think that's gold.
Sing it, sister. She loves no wait. I don't know.
Can I get a witness? Can I get a witness?
I don't know any church songs. I'm sorry.
You should do like a televangelist YouTube channel.
I'll just let JL say whatever she wants, and then I'll be the singing choir in the background.
Hey, I like it. Let's go with it. But yeah, so that I like it that it's simple.
You know
You
what?
know, you just
You're right.
do it.
That's
you just do it.
That's an overlooked thing because you know you and I have gone to like eat at places and I didn't even think of that. Like that's definitely a great thing about Universal is that you can kind of just be like, what am I feeling, and then just go eat there.
Yeah,
and it's
you don't
great
have to have your
experiences.
reservation 8 months in advance.
Yeah,
And and I'm going to take this on a broader spectrum. Having Restaurant Row right there, and Dr. Phillips right off the side of Universal, and then Winter Park not being that far away with their restaurants. Even like these restaurants, I mean, unless you're talking about going on a Wednesday night to eat at some of them, especially on Restaurant Row, you're having to wait long periods of time at these too, and it's really frustrating. So I actually do like that Universal is in the bubble. Granted, I know why. It's because if you're not an annual pass holder, you'd have to pay for parking to go and enjoy the restaurants. So, you know, that's a good reason why to become an annual pass holder, and it's why I will always maintain my annual pass holding for Universal so I can continue to enjoy what they offer there. But yeah, you have to take advantage of that because you go down the street to even something as stupid as a Chili's or something off of iDrive. I mean, you're talking ridiculous waits at night. So
I thought, just to put it out there, I thought Florida residents got in after 4 for free if you show your Florida driver's license.
it's
sometimes
not,
it's not always.
Oh,
it's
okay.
not after. It's after a certain hour they get in for $5, and then I want to say after
I thought it was after 6.
after 6 it's 5, and then after 10 I think it's for free, or unless they close down the if they get rid of the attendance earlier, like on a weeknight whenever no one's going out drinking late anyways. But on Friday and Saturday, it's like, I know it's more structured with that. I don't have to worry. Get an annual pass.
I mean, yeah, that's why I didn't know exactly, but I
Just do
thought
it.
there's something in the back of my mind
Yeah.
that just, I was like, I thought Florida residents got in after, yeah.
Yeah. Yep. Wow. So that was a conversation.
Wasn't
I mean, I tossed it up there at the beginning and said it was going to be good or bad. I'd say it was gray.
I
Okay.
thought it was good. But my expectations are low.
Yeah. So, thank you all for participating in this. And, of course, a very, very special thank you to JL for everything you've done for the Diz, especially the Universal side. I mean,
Thank you. Can I
my
say
side.
one thing?
Absolutely.
Okay, so I don't have everything packaged real neatly with a bow on top, and we all know, for those of you that have watched the trip, how much you like bows on your package, Craig. And what I was going to say was, It's not all ready for presentation just yet, but for those of you that still want to keep, tabs on what I'm up to, I have my Facebook fan page now that we all have our fan pages. Mine is there, so you guys, like it and watch what's coming up next there if you're wanting to follow me around.
Yeah.
I'm not going anywhere, so I'll just see you in a different place.
Yes. So, no, again, sincerely, we will all miss you dearly, dearly, dearly. Thank you so much for everything you've done. Yeah. So, go to our show notes to find everything that we have on this episode. No, we didn't talk about anything on this episode. So, links to the social media, all that stuff. Go follow us on Facebook. Follow JL on Facebook. Fan page, not personal.
Yeah, my personal's filled up. I can't accept any more friend requests, and I'm sorry about that.
Yeah, so go hit up our fan page, hit us all up on our pages. We will do our best to interact with everyone as much as possible, as much as we can. In the show notes, you'll find links to where you can contribute if you want to help contribute to the Universal site, as well as so much more. So thank you, everyone, for watching, listening. If you like it, subscribe, hit thumbs up. Leave us reviews, all that stuff. We will be back next time for another episode of the Universal edition of the Diz Unplugged. So until then, remember,
Favorite things are universal.
sure.